What up, YouTube? T Movies here. Not only is today Halloween, but today is also the birthday of funny man John Candy. Now, John Candy has been in loads of great stuff. I mean, tragically, he passed away at a really very young age, and he left behind a great body of work. I mean, the guy's done loads of comedy. He even done drama as well, but he's more big with comedy than anything. But with that being said, here's my 10 favorite John Candy movies. Alright. Coming in at number 10, it is Only the Lonely. Now, it stars John Candy as Danny, who's this Chicago policeman who lives with his demanding Irish mother named Rose, played by Maureen O'Hara. And while while off duty life is like very split between her bingo games and like Irish pub, he ends up also meeting and falling in love with this shy woman named Teresa, played by Ali Sheedy, who also works in her father's funeral home. And the pair's relationship is also drained by Rose's constant presence in their lives. And so, like, Columbus, of course, it was directed by Christopher Columbus and was actually inspired by the 1955 film Marty and the film Marty. And the film has great humor, great chemistry by John Candy, Ali Sheedy, and Maureen O'Hara were all great in this. This movie is pretty fun. It's cute, charming. If you guys never really seen Only the Lonely, give it a go. It's a really good John Candy flick. All right, coming in at number 9, it's actually more like a very small role, but he's actually pretty solid in that. And that is National Lampoon's Vacation. Now, of course, Candy actually plays the mannered security guard Russ Lasky, and he of course ends up pretty much laying the Griswolds pretty much know that letting them know that the park is closed when they end up getting there. And John Candy's role in that was really hilarious. I thought he played that part really great. And like his of course his like interaction with Clark Griswold was great. I mean, John Candy and Chevy Chase had a pretty good friendship of one another, and they were both great in this. I mean, National Lampoon's Vacation is also hilarious. I mean, Beverly D'Angelo's is great. And not to mention, you also had Eugene Levy, who of course worked with John Candy on ST TV. Of course, plays the car salesman. I mean, it's a really solid comedy, and Candy's part is probably one of my favorite parts in the film too. If you guys never seen Vacation, give it a go. It's a really hilarious one. All right, coming in at number 8, it is Summer Rental. Now, this is sort, I guess you could say, in the vein of Vacation, and it stars John Candy, who headlines the comedy, playing this air traffic controller, who's like dire need of a rest, and so he ends up deciding to pretty much take like a summer travel with his and he decides to head south with his family. But fortunately, they end up discovering that the travel agent ends up pretty much dubbing them, and that the cabin is also pretty much a shack located on the very public beach. And it's directed by, you actually got pirates in this, not to mention. It's directed by Carl Reiner. You had Richard Crenna was in this, Rip Dorn, Karen Austin, Cary Green. You had John Larroquette, Joey Lawrence was in this. This movie is, I guess you could say, like Vacation, but more heart than Vacation had. Like, Vacation had heart too, but this was like more... This actually had more like serious issues than Vacation did. But Summer Rental was still really hilarious. I mean, John Candy, I thought was great in this movie. The other cast is terrific. If you guys never seen Summer Rental yet, definitely give that one a go. Alright. Now, coming in at number 7 for my favorite Candy movies, that is Stripes. It's kind of interesting how John Candy was born on Halloween. It's funny because his last name is Candy, and what do they sell on Halloween? Candy, right? So I always find that to be very ironic. But anyway, now back to Stripes. Of course, Stripes is hilarious. Of course, you got John Candy, who ended up pretty much shaving his head before the film. Of course, he plays the big lug Dewey Oxburger, and of course, his friends like call him Ox. And like his chemistry with Bill Murray is great. It's directed by Ivan Reitman. Stripes is magnificently funny. It's entertaining. It's a great war comedy. Great cast members. I mean, yeah, Stripes is a really decent one. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this movie could really hold up, like, could really get made today because there are some like, some raunchy stuff that I don't think could get made in today's standards. But Stripes is a really hilarious one. All right, coming in at number 6. Again, this is a very small role, but it's actually memorable. That is Home Alone. I mean, John Candy, of course, plays the music person who of course plays the band leader who ends up taking Kevin's mom back, of course, back to Chicago. And I mean, I thought John Candy was great in that part. Like, he of course played the instrument pretty well. His like on screen interaction with Catherine O'Hara was great. And who doesn't love Home Alone? I mean, this is also the first movie that John Candy and Macaulay Culkin has appeared. Even though Macaulay Culkin and Candy did not really have any screen time. But yeah, Home Alone is a really great one. I mean, if you guys never seen, wait, what am I talking about? Who haven't still seen Home Alone? But for some reason, if you still never seen Home Alone, it's a classic. I mean, it's a Christmas classic, and Candy is. It's always cool to see Candy in this row. All right, coming in at number 5, it is Cool Runnings. Now here, of course, Candy, plays the coach Irvi Beltzer, who's like this once disgraced fictional trainer for the Jamaican bobsled team at the 1988 Winter Olympics, and he also even he actually like not even joking. Candy actually beat out Kurt Russell and Scott Glenn for the part, but of course along the way he ends up coaching the Olympics. I mean, cool. The marathon, I should say. But Cool Runnings is a 90s sports classic. It's great, funny, has lots of heart to it. Really great film. If you guys haven't seen Cool Runnings, go check that one out. All right, coming in at number 4, it is Spaceballs. Now, here, of course, Spaceballs, directed by Mel Brooks. Got Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, Joan Rivers, Dom DeLuise. I mean, Bill Pullman, of course, plays like the Luke Skywalker, not the Han Solo like character. And in it, you got John Candy, who actually plays like the Chewbacca like character. I mean, Spaceballs is a 80s spoof classic. John Candy was terrific in this movie. Of course, you had, he was like the sidekick to Bill Pullman's Han Solo like character, Lone Star. Of course, the classic tagline, "Let the Swartz be, made the Swartz be with you" is iconic. John Candy as Chewbacca is. I should say he was Chewbacca-like, but still, John Candy in this part was terrific. His chemistry with Bill Pullman is similar to Chewbacca's chemistry with Han Solo, and yeah. Alright, coming in at number 3, it is The Great Outdoors. Now, in this, it stars John Candy as this Chicago man named Chet Ripley, who along with his wife named Connie, played by Farsi, and their 2 kids, Buck and Ben, they decided to pretty much spend like a weekend of fishing at a Wisconsin lakeside cabin, and they end up getting crashed by Connie's obnoxious brother-in-law named Raymond Craig, played by Dan Aykroyd, as well as his wife named Kate, played by Annette Bening, and their 2 daughters. they of course had to try to find a way to pretty much have like have the academy by themselves and away from Dan Aykroyd's character and all. I mean, John Candy and Dan Aykroyd, like John Candy actually appeared in Blue Brothers, but didn't have that much of a big part in it. But his chemistry with Dan Aykroyd is great. I mean, it's directed by Howard Deutsch, who also gave us Pretty in Pink, so there's that too. The Great Outdoors it's a comic classic. It's funny. It has a funny bear in it. I mean, who remember that bear? Yeah, The Great Outdoors it's a classic. If you guys never seen it, definitely give that one a go. Alright, coming in at number 2, it is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, this is also like a road trip based comic and also a Thanksgiving based comic, where of course, Candy of course plays this lovable OFS of Steve Martin's uptight admin, who of course they are pretty much forced by a snowstorm to share like a fight and a cheap hotel room and of course Steve Martin's character is trying to get back to his family, but John Candy's character is pretty annoying. And yeah, Steve Martin and John Candy both worked great together. This movie's directed by John Hughes, who did a great job with this. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles it's a comic classic. It's a movie you can watch around Thanksgiving all the time. I mean, you don't get really many Thanksgiving movies, and this is definitely a Thanksgiving-based movie you can always watch around Thanksgiving. It's great. If you guys never seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for some other reason, give it a go. It's great. Alright, coming in at number 1, it is Uncle Buck. Now, Uncle Buck is hilarious. I mean, it's where, of course, this woman's like a carefree, of course, where like this woman named Cindy, played by Elaine Bromka, and her husband Bob, played by Garrett M. Brown, pretty much have to like leave town for her family emergency, and there's like only pretty much one person available to babysit for their kids. There's also Bob's lazy, carefree brother named Buck, and so of course you got Gabby Hoffman and Macaulay Culkin who pretty much plays their kids. You got Jane Louisa Kelly, who plays the Tina here, named Tia. Uncle Buck is great. I mean, John Candy's chemistry with all the kids was hysterical. This movie has like memorable lines, scenes in it. It's a great babysitting based movie. Like, this is definitely a movie you can watch if you're babysitting kids and stuff. This is definitely a cool babysitting based film for you guys to watch. But yeah, Uncle Buck is a really hilarious one. I mean, John Candy, like, I think to me it is John Candy's best work. People will probably say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and all, which is great. But to me, his best work will always be Uncle Buck. It's a comic classic. It's hilarious, great, and I can really watch this movie anytime it's on. And definitely go check out Uncle Buck if you guys never seen that. Alright, much better. Gets a little warm in here and gotta crack the door. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do a quick rundown. 10, Only the Lonely. 9, Vacation. 8, Summer Rental. 7, Stripes. 6, Home Alone. 5, Cool Runnings. 4, Spaceballs. 3, The Great Outdoors. 2, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. 1, Uncle Buck. Now, John Candy's been in loads of other stuff over the years. Let me pull up his credit list. Let's see. Wagons East, which I believe was his final film, if I'm not mistaken. Delirious, not to be mistaken with Eddie Murphy's stand-up comedy thing. Blue Brothers, Canadian Bacon, directed by Micah Moore. Nothing But Trouble, Armed and Dangerous. He had a part in JFK. Little Shop of Horrors, he was pretty cool in. Brewster's Million. He had a part in the Tom Hanks movie Splash. Who's Harry Crumb? Heavy Metal, Hercules in New York, Going Berserk. Once Upon a Crime, 1941. He had a very small role in Sesame Street, Follow That Bird. Some pretty great stuff. Like, John Candy was the man. Gone Waitressing. I mean, I would love to see what other films John Candy would if he had, lived in all. But man, he was the man. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite John Candy movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This here is Team Movie signing off.